Hello, guys. Hope you are all doing well, fine and wonderful, and I hope the day went on well. I couldn't bring the live telecast of the roundtable session that went on on the 15th of December, but this is what happened. Some of the conversation that went on because always I try to bring the live telecast of what happens, but this time around I couldn't bring. So this is what happened at the drivers roundtable that was organized by both. So let's go through them and see what really happened. The topics discussed and everything drivers were concerned and the staff of both were concerned about. So the drivers roundtable summary. Our third driver roundtable for the year was held on Friday, 15th September 2023, with 190 drivers in attendance. So a total of 190 drivers were able to attend via Zoom. So the link was shared to drivers, and every driver who was interested joined via Zoom. The topics that were discussed was drivers' safety features. Also, drivers giveaway marathon, commission, quality drive on both platform, and other drivers concern. Also, drivers suggestion, and at the end of the session, they gave us some advice. So let's go through what or the topics that were discussed during the roundtable on Zoom. So let's look at the first topic, which was driver safety features. So drivers were introduced to the new drivers feature toolkit on the app, with driver safety being a subject of major concern to both. Three new safety features, which are the emergency call feature, share trip, and the on-trip audio recording tools were created. The safety tools were thoroughly explained to drivers to serve as a go-to point in terms of emergency and help secure them during their respective online trips. So there were three major safety features which was introduced, which we have video of each one of them. The first one being the emergency call feature, which was already in the system, whereby in case of any emergency, you can just tap on the emergency feature to alert the local authorities about the emergency, which I have a video I'll leave in the description box. You can check it out on how to do that. Also, how to share trips in case of an emergency, or if you want a relative or a friend or anyone you trust to follow your trip, you can share or send him or her this emergency feature, which is the share trip and also the trip audio recording, which was also introduced, whereby in case of any conflict or emergency, you can record any conversation you'll be having with the passenger during a trip, and both can use it in case of any emergency or an investigation, in case the passenger didn't pay or the passenger misbehaved. When you record such an audio, both will take it and they will, in case of any emergency, they can use it as an evidence to protect you, the driver. The unsafe area features was also talked about. The unsafe feature or unsafe area feature is all about drivers who drive in the night. Sometimes we complain about some certain areas which has rampant dangers. So we also talked about the unsafe area features, whereby that feature will let you know that the area you are accepting the trip to is a rampant or a dangerous zone which you must be concerned about. After drivers respond to our survey concerning areas they saw as unsafe, this feature was made to alert drivers anytime they get orders heading towards, coming from, and passing through an unsafe zone. Declining such orders do not affect drivers' activity on the platform. So after drivers raise concern about those unsafe areas like the seaside from Labadi to Teshinungwa, and there are number of reports indicating that those places are unsafe and are dangerous areas. Both has brought this feature so that whenever we decline, such orders will not affect our activity. Since we all know that activity on the platform plays a major role. So, however, anytime we are on a trip and we get a trip and such a trip we don't accept, it can make our activity comes down. But because of this feature that both has introduced, when even you decline or do not accept such a trip heading towards or coming from or passing through those unsafe zones, your driver's activity on the platform will not decrease, but it will be maintained for you. However, if a driver chooses to accept and cancel orders after alert, then driver's activity will be affected. So it has been well established that if you don't accept but you decline it, your activity will not be affected. But after you accepting it, knowing well that it's an unsafe zone and you cancel that one, your activity will be reduced. So this brings a concern to those of us who likes or whose trips are on auto accept mode. So in case those trips comes and it accepts automatically and we cancel, that means our activity will be affected. Extra safety tips targeted at night drivers were shared to give them extra safety when driving late night. So they also gave us some tips about night driving. So when we are driving during night, there are some things one need to do, such as always making sure that wherever you are going, it's safe. Also, accept trips to where you know you want to go and cannot harm you. Always lock your car in the night. At least roll up your back roofers so that armed robbers or dangerous people will not harm you. Driver giveaway marathon. The ongoing drivers giveaway marathon was retreated for drivers to take advantage of. Drivers only have to stay online and score points to win amazing prizes like brand new TV sets, home appliances, and fuel coupons. 6 more weeks left to go. As long as you drive on both, you qualify and can win prizes too. Also, I have a video of what this drivers giveaway marathon is all about. You can check it under the description. You see what it's all about. You get to know what you have to do and things that you can do to help you. Also, it was well explained on the roundtable of what you have to do, which is only drive on the platform and be online, always driving. And you could be one of the lucky winners in this giveaway marathon. Commission, commission. The misinformation concerning commission and booking fee was addressed. Riders pay booking fee attached to their fare. Drivers take this booking fee from riders since they have direct contact with them and remit this fee to both. Both deduct booking fee from the total fare before calculating commission on the money left. Commission on both remains 20%. So all that they are trying to say over here is our commission that we pay to both is 20%. Just that we collect money on behalf of both. How do we collect money on behalf of both? Since riders do not pay money to both, we the drivers have direct contact with riders. So anytime we come in contact with riders or they booked us, we collect all the money charged and both deduct that from our earnings. So commission is still 20%, not any amount being shared on any other platform. Quality drive on both platform. Driver behavior like reckless driving, rude behavior, rejecting of car trips and discount trips are starting trips and starting trips without clients are behavior that are not allowed on the platform. So some of these are the behaviors that both do not want to tolerate on their platform, such as reckless driving, driving anyhow, rude behaviors to passengers, rejection of card and discount trips, and also starting trip without clients being aware. Drivers are made to understand the rules before they start work on both. Thus, they need to respect them to ensure both drivers and riders' comfort. So before we all started this online hailing, we saw their terms and conditions and we think or we know we can comply with them. So we understood and accepted their terms and conditions. So all that they were trying to say is we should always try to maintain quality drive on both platforms. We should always try to avoid the above mentioned behaviors so that the platform can be made comfortable for both we the drivers and the riders. After going through the material to be discussed, drivers were given the opportunity to ask questions, raise concern, and share suggestions. So these are some of the concerns that drivers were able to make. Drivers were still of the view that they pay more than 20% commission. So a correction breakdown of how commission, booking fee, and VAT charges are applied were thoroughly discussed for proper understanding. So still, they made us understood that commission was 20%, booking fee which riders pay is 5%, and a VAT which will be remitted to the government is 2.78%. Drivers express concern about the impact of riders cancellation on their finish rate. So this finish rate has brought a lot of issue and problems because even if a rider cancel a trip, it will affect your finish rate. The boat team explained that the finish rate feature was only a way to track riders' cancellation and find more effective way to solve the issue. Also, 35% of 100% is set aside for such riders' behaviors, whilst drivers are left to work for the remaining 65% to enable more drivers win bonus. And this I myself do not still understand and do not want to understand it because how come if a rider cancel a trip, I, a driver, pays for that? Because sometimes you work the whole day and you are not in the mood to even cancel a trip. But because riders continuously canceling a trip, either by you accepting the trip and they cancel immediately, you moving towards them, they cancel, or even you at their pickup point, they cancel, it still affects you. Which boat needs to take care of that thing? Drivers' suggestion. So drivers made some suggestion that boat needs to take care of. Drivers suggested that drivers suggested they be given the option to either confirm or decline riders' updated trips during an active trip. This is very important because anytime a rider changes his or her mind, they just update their trip without even telling you, the driver. This is frustrating, especially when you are heading towards home. I live in Dansuma. I've gotten a ride which is coming home or bringing me closer to my home. And we are almost at the destination of a passenger, and he or she updates without letting me know. It's very bad attitude. This they express will ensure more driver safety, especially in case where updates are made to unsafe place, which is a good point well reasoned by drivers. Drivers made an appeal for debt payment method to be more flexible. This day opened will be achieved if part of the debt is introduced to help drivers pay their debts in bits. So drivers also asked or appealed that they can pay their debts bit by bit or in installments. Some drivers brought to our attention abnormal spike in price when riders update online trips, which causes a lot of driver rider misunderstanding. Both respond to have this checked. They also made a demand for some form of compensation to be made to them when riders cancel upon their arrival at respective riders pickup. This is a very good point because sometimes you drive, you arrive at the riders pickup point, you wait for more than 10 minutes and the rider cancel the trip, which makes you, the driver, looks in a way foolish because you waste your time, one, fuel, and other resources. At the end of the session, we learned the practical calculation of booking fee and commission. Amazing gift to be won during the givers round at the givers giveaway marathon. So this was all that was transpired during this very or the third quarter drivers run about, which we all need to pay attention to, take the suggestion and the new features that was brought to the platform into consideration, so that we can all be part of this platform, make a lot of money, and enjoy what we do as drivers. Thanks once again for watching this video. Kindly like, comment, and share. And don't forget to turn on the post notification, so that anytime we upload such a video, you could also get and watch. Thanks once again. And always drive on boat, because boat has the good intention for drivers. Thanks you once